in this part we will discuss about the projectile motion. Now first of all, what is projectile? Projectile is the name we have here to discuss projectile motion. But first we have to know what is projectile. Projectile, it is a name given to a body thrown with some initial velocity with a horizontal direction and then allowed to move in two dimensions under the action of gravity alone without being propelled by any engine or fuel. That is called projectile motion. That is called the body is called projectile and the motion is called projectile motion. Now if we talk about it in general, then there are different things to be discussed. Like first of all, if we say about, suppose these are two axes, x-axis, y-axis. Here projectile is the body which is thrown and projectile motion is the motion covered by that body. Suppose the body is here initially. It is thrown with some angle with the initial horizontal direction. This is horizontal direction, and this is the vertical direction. So here we can say, if we throw this body which is making with some initial velocity which is making an angle theta with the horizontal, then the particle will cover a parabolic path like this. In this case, it has two components of the initial velocity. One is along x and one is along y. Other is if, so this is the projectile which is body which is thrown with some initial velocity. Now its first case is, these are some example of the projectile motion, like a bomb dropped from a window of a moving train. It will cover a parabolic path. The path covered by the projectile, that is called trajectory. So this all are the example of the projectile motion. So if we have to study the projectile motion, we have to assume some considerations, that like first of all, there is no frictional resistance due to air. Means first of all we consider negligible resistance due to air. Second, earth rotation effect and curvature of earth, we also assume that to be negligible, because if we consider earth rotational effect and the curvature effect, then they will add the pseudo force in the frame. Which is not required over here. So we consider rotational effect of the earth to be very negligible and considering earth to be an inertial frame of reference. Next, acceleration due to gravity is constant in magnitude and direction at all points of the motion of projectile, as g, small g. Acceleration due to gravity is small g. Its value vary actually. Small g's value vary with altitude and depth, and even when we move from the equator to pole and in the other cases. But here we have to assume that g will remain the constant when the particle is in projectile motion. Next is projectile given with horizontal projection. So here in this case we will discuss that a projectile is there. This is the x-axis, this is y-axis. In this case we throw the projectile, like suppose somebody is standing on the cliff at a height h from the ground. Suppose a person is standing at a height h from the ground. This is the origin. The person throw an object in this direction with initial velocity of u. Under the effect of gravity, this particle will not go straight. Under the effect of gravity, it will fall down at a place, covering a parabolic path. So this type of trajectory that the particle will cover. So here what we have to discuss? We have to discuss first of all projectile given horizontal projection. Projection is horizontal here. So what we have to assume and what we have to find here, that is, if the projectile is given a horizontal velocity, means this is x, this is y, it's given a horizontal velocity u in this direction. In this case, it will drop like this. It will drop like this as it's making an. So here we can say u is making an angle of 0 degree with the x-axis because projectile is thrown like this. U. It's making an angle of 0 degree with the x-axis because it's parallel to the x-axis. If it's parallel to the x-axis and it's perpendicular to the y-axis, making an angle of y with the y-axis, but with the horizontal it's making an angle of 0 degree. Means theta is here 0 degree. Why so 0? Because u is in this direction, x is also in this direction, so angle between them is 0. So it's making an angle of 0 degree. We know that we have two component of u, that is ux cos ux I cap in plus uy j cap. So if we talk about the ux, if we talk about ux here, then we know ux is what? Ux is u cos theta and uy is u sin theta. Theta is here 0, so we get here what? U cos 0 equals to u sin 0. This is 0. U sin 0. Now cos 0 is what? 1. This is 1. So it is u. Sin 0 is 0. So sin 0, 0 into u, that is 0. So ux is equals to u here. Uy is equals to 0. So if we talk about horizontal and the vertical component of the velocity, horizontal component of the velocity is horizontal component of velocity, that is initial horizontal component. This is initial horizontal component, that is u. But vertical component, initial vertical component, that uy, that is equals to 0. If we talk about other fact, we know that along x-axis there is no acceleration acting. No acceleration acting along the x-axis. But along the y-axis, acceleration due to gravity is acting in downward direction. G is acting. During y or along y direction, their acceleration due to gravity is acting. So that's why body falls down to the ground, making a parabolic path. So first, here we can say horizontal and the vertical component. Horizontal component is u, it will remain constant because no acceleration is acting, but vertical component is increasing, starting is 0, but initially vertical acceleration is acting, so its vertical velocity will increase from 0 to maximum. So now it covers some horizontal distance, like if we throw a body like this from here, it will cover a vertical horizontal distance. This horizontal distance is called range. This horizontal distance is called range, and also the vertical distance, that is h. At this point we can say it hit with the maximum velocity. At this point it will hit with the maximum vertical velocity, not the horizontal, maximum vertical velocity. So this is the range, and time taken to cover this complete range, that is called time of flight. So we are going to cover this all terms, time of flight, range, h and all. Now first come to path of projectile. What type of path the projectile will cover? As I already told you that ux is u, here uy is 0, and initially there is no displacement for x, and acceleration along x, that is also 0. By using the equation of motion, that x is equals to ux plus at. So here, to calculate or to actually check the path of projectile, path means we have to check for the x and y axis what's the value. We know that s is equals to ut plus half at square, where s is the position vector. It has component x I cap, y j cap plus y j cap, s vector, u vector, a vector, and you know the vector for au is, that is ux I cap, uy j cap. A vector is nothing but that is ax I cap, ay j cap. So by substituting the value and comparing x and y component, you will get x is equals to ux t half ax t square. Y is equals to uyt plus half ay t square. So here we know ux that is equals to what? U, but ax that is 0, uy that is 0, but ay that is g. So by substituting the value here, what we will get, by substituting value here one by one, we will get here, that is x is equals to u t plus 0, that is equals to ut. Y is equals to, this is 0, half ay that is g t square. So it's quadratic in t. This equation is quadratic in t, or we can say it's parabolic. It's actually the parabolic path. So you will get two values. One for x is equals to u. So from here we get x is equals to ut or t is equals to x by u. Similarly, for the other part, by substituting the value, you will get here y is equals to half gt square. If you substitute the value of t, you will get this is equals to this, where y is equals to, let this whole thing be k, this x square. This is the equation of parabola. So it cover a parabolic path. So it will cover a parabolic path. Now next is time of flight. Time of flight is what? It is the total time for which the projectile is in flight. The time for which projectile is in flight, that is called time of flight. Now to calculate time of flight, we again use equation y is equals to y naught ut plus half at square. Y naught is 0 here. So if uy is 0, ay is what? G by t. So substituting the value, here time of flight let be t. So by solving it, you will get, as we know, height covered is h. So h is equals to half gt square. From here t is equals to under root 2 h by g, where this h is nothing but is this is the height. As the projectile is dropped from, this is the height, this is h here. So the time of projectile is 2 under root 2 h by g. Next is horizontal range. Horizontal range, as I already told you, the horizontal distance covered, that is called horizontal range. For horizontal range, you have to use the formula of x. X is equals to x naught ux plus half at square axt square. So substituting the value, you know that the total time of flight is now t is equals to 2 under root of 2 pi under root of 2 h upon g, under root of 2 h upon g. So by substituting the value, x naught is 0, ux is u, ax is 0. So you get only r 0, ux is u, and instead of t you will get this value instead of t. So this is u under root 2 h by g, under root 2 h by g, that is the horizontal range. Next is the velocity of the projectile at any instant. Suppose at any point I have to calculate the velocity of the particle. What is the velocity at any point? So we'll use what? We will use here that we know that velocity is equals to this v by uy. This whole component is now clear to us. Like if we talk about horizontal, we know that horizontal velocity at any instant, that remain u, because its horizontal acceleration is 0. And if we have to calculate vertical velocity, then we have to use the formula vy is equals to uy plus a by t, this formula. As we know, uy is 0 but ay is g, so by substituting the value you will get vy is equals to gt, where velocity vector that is equals to vx I cap plus vy j cap. To calculate the magnitude, magnitude is nothing but it is under root of coefficient of x square whole square plus coefficient of y whole square. So you get vx, that is u square, this is gt, g square, t square. So this is the velocity at any instant. And we also have to find direction. Direction is nothing but it is the angle that it make. So angle's formula is nothing but that is vy by vx. So substitute the value of vy and vx. Vx, that is gt by u. So beta is tan inverse gt by u. This is the angle. So this is the angle that gives the direction of the velocity which it makes.